we talked about reusing the or using like the newspaper thing. I'll try to do that.
Yeah, let's do that.
So one more week before that's done, but at least now it does go to the end of the round or the end of the game.
I did notice that I went in and tried to make some one-panel setups, but
yeah, remember we talked about that last time, because now that Buried Things knows that the dev side exists, I can't leave it out there. Like, not that Buried Things would do it, but like maybe by accident he deletes the thing. You know, it's just too risky.
the yeah, how does
I need to make a new tool, so you can do it in the editor. If you just pull the most recent version and then go into the offline mode and then turn on the game objects
okay.
that are for the scene or setup manager, and that'll do it. But I do need to find a way for you guys to do it all the time.
Yeah, honestly, like I said, I'm kind of okay with anyone doing it, not the deleting part though. So like I would just remove the ability to delete at all and make it public and like put a make two buckets, a not approved yet
Yeah, I
bucket
need to
and
do
an approved
a
bucket.
approval bucket. Yeah, we could do that. We could just still remove the ability to delete. I mean, we could just have a delete bucket and an approve bucket. It just goes to whatever bucket.
Then we could also literally just update the button from offline to submit a setup.
Yeah.
Or something like that. I did come up with a list of final polish things that I think should be done. The newspaper was one of them.
Yeah, that's good. Oh, very good. I love lists. Lists make it so that I just have to check things off.
Love checking shit off.
I don't have to like go through and figure out what to do. Just checking things off a list is easier for me, especially lately when I've been way more busy. Also, to be fair, not all the time way more busy. Sometimes I'm just playing Blueprints because that game is awesome.
Yeah, I love that game.
But yeah.
I still
can you put it in Discord, your list?
Yeah. Actually, can I? Hold on.
Or just share it with us in some way. It doesn't have to be in Discord. Just something that I can iterate over.
This is annoying. I can't actually copy this list from my notes file on my phone.
You can share. You can share a notes file. As long as you don't got anything that you don't want to share in there.
I archived it. I mean, it'll just share this note, right? Like.
Yeah, just that one note.
How do I share this? There we go. Send. I guess. Here, I guess I'm gonna put it in the group chat. I can send it to.
Sure.
and then I can copy that from there into the Discord. Some of them are like dream things that probably aren't gonna get done, like the coloring in a winning comic, but most of them are doable.
Oh, you literally pasted the whole thing. Can you not share the actual?
Hold on,
I guess I could just copy. Can I copy this one?
I'm pasting it into the Discord right now. Some of it will make no sense to you. It's like the sticker box one.
Written in my own language.
Yeah.
Is there not a way to share just the note though, so like I can check them off as I do them?
I don't know. That I had the option to send, not to share.
Cause remember I shared a bunch of those notes before.
My options are delete, make a copy, send, add collaborator, or labels. I guess I could add collaborator.
Yeah, that's what it is. That way I can like add, edit, and check things off.
How do I add you here? It's not nothing pops up.
My email.
By
Which is you can do the SullivanML299@gmail.
What about 4leafsully@gmail? That pops up for some reason.
That works too.
Okay. I do think most of these, though. Well, many of these. Well, let's see. Some of these I had made animations for a long time ago, and
Okay, yeah, I can see it now. Cool. Alright, let's go through them. Are they sorted in any order? Or are they
no,
just
the order that I thought of them in.
Alright. Moving paper flipbook effect on title screen.
So that we need Jeff to make the wrinkly effect, and I think to get some movement back on the title screen, just like a bunch of different versions of that just cycle through every, like half a second or so, would give it some movement.
Sure. And that makes sense.
More movement on the title screen, so like maybe the tutorial back, that little star behind the tutorial rotating, or some kind of movement on the text. Sticker box, make the sticker box look like something. I was thinking, we go back to the hat analogy and do like a top hat, and
you're cutting out a bunch, Chris, to me. I'm not sure if that's to Dave too.
I did just do my attenuation a little bit.
I heard the first two, but sticker box you were explaining, I did not hear much of that.
Alright, hold on. I think I just adjusted my attenuation recently, so it might be too high. Hold on, where was I? Also, turn on the camera here in the stream for real. Yeah, sticker box, I was thinking we could go back to the top hat thing and make it a analogy, and make it like a little top hat that's like on upside down, maybe like slightly tilted to the side, and then you maybe with like one sticker peeking out of it or something, and then you click on it and it falls to the side, and then just like tick, 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 like out to the side of it, all your stickers animate out that you can select from, and then if you click it again, they do the opposite and it goes back in.
Okay, so this is the polish on the sticker.
Polish
drawer.
on the sticker.
This is like the
making the sticker
the
box,
makeup that
not
goes
just
on
a
the sticker
box.
drawer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking it would be nice to have the copy function, like, I'm not sure how it works, but it would be super easy to just have it save something to its clipboard, like right at the start, so that you could revert a panel back to how it was at the beginning if you wanted.
I think I could do that. That should be easy enough.
Oh,
Yeah.
here's one that I wanted to. This I think needs discussion. I wish Jeff was here for this. Actually, maybe we'll save it for later. But so for the stage right now with the sticker pickers, like
I think technically we're getting rid of.
yeah, let's get rid of. I think we get rid of all that, and it's just a screen with Mr. Ideas or somebody with a word bubble above their head, with a thought bubble above their head, and your comic appears in that thought bubble, and then you just hit a button to get a new one. That's it. Like, and like, so you're not even selecting from like a group of 4. You're just saying, I'm good with this, and you can just hit a button to re-roll it as much as you want before the timer runs out.
We could try it. I wonder if like. Is it better just to have like, hey, we're just gonna give you this. You got nothing, no choices.
I would still want a choice or something, but I think a choice is, because like right now, I mean it's easy for us right now. It'd be nice to get some more playtesting info, but like. Right now it's super easy for us, but I'd be curious to see with the 4 choices versus 1 versus no choice how well, first timers would do. We could get rid of it if we I mean that's easier. We could just do that.
Do we still show what stickers you're gonna have? We just don't let you swap them out. Or just for simplicity, do we just say, hey? Nope, you're just gonna get a random set of stickers. That's it.
Yeah, I think we just give them their stickers. They don't get to pick that. But they do get to pick their setup, and they can re-roll it however many times they want before the clock runs down.
I do think simplicity is super important, and we just have to try to achieve that. Keep that in mind. Yeah.
I mean, definitely the simplest answer is to just skip it altogether. But it is nice to have some amount of choice.
Like if you don't have any ideas, just be able to be like, okay, at least I get one more. What if we just let them, maybe they can try gamble one more time or something.
I'd also be totally fine with them being able to, well, nah, I was gonna say, during the round, maybe they can just re-roll it as many times as they want, but that would probably be more of a pain in the ass for you.
I mean, it would be a little bit, but like it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world because it's all offline. But like, you don't want someone who you don't want to tempt someone to try to re-roll, 3/4 of the way through a round if they couldn't figure anything out.
Yeah, that's true too.
You want to really, they should just commit to trying to find a joke with the thing they have, because that will always be better than just.
I do think the best. I do think that I like what I suggested because it gives first-time players some options if they get a hard setup. Like, I think that's worth it.
Yeah, we could do that. The only thing I need to figure out. So, the setups right now, I don't load them all in the beginning. You basically ask the server. That's why they pop in. You say, hey server, give me 4 setups, and it gives you 4 setups. So I'll have to.
Even if you just change that to a very high number, like 10, like I think 10 is plenty for somebody to roll through and then just show one. The big thing I need
to move the load. Like the load was in the wrong spot. I just put the load where it was most convenient. I need to preload the setup so that you don't have to wait to see them pop in. They're just there.
Yeah.
There. Excuse me. God.
my main reason for that was like, it's just kind of hard to see them because they're all so squished right now. Showing just one on the screen would give less clutter, and it gives a person a better idea of what they'll be working with in a second. And it's also a way to work Mr. Ideas back in. I want Mr. Ideas in there in some capacity before the end.
Yeah, we could play around with it a little bit. Part of me just still wants just like, okay, maybe there's just like 2 word bubbles, you get to pick from 2, and that's it. Versus like the random reroll
I'd be fine.
thing.
Honestly, I'd be fine with leaving it as just 4 if that's easier, but just showing 1 at a time, and when you hit reroll, it just cycles through those. I just think showing that many on screen, it's
sensory overload.
Yeah, it's too much.
Maybe, yeah, we could do something like that. I don't have a problem with, yeah, well, my biggest worry is like, okay, so like, now the round's about to end and you're just slamming random to try to get a prompt that you know, you can work with. Is that the better way? Is that like what we should be encouraging people to do? Or are we trying to encourage them to like, hey, here are your options, think about them for a second and pick the one that's best? Like Jackbox, when you pick something like that, when you get a chance to pick, they always limit your choices and you can see them all.
I'm fine with limiting it to 2 or 3 even, but I think we should only show 1.
Yeah, maybe let's do 3, and I'm okay with trying the rotate thing where your selection is basically a rotation, whatever one's on the screen at that moment.
Cause yeah, if you know, there's no, if they can't find a suitable one with a, yeah, like, I guess it depends on how many. The only downside to the limiting the number and not just having it be totally random is 30 seconds is a long time. You can go through a lot. I'm sure you could find an easy one in that amount of time if you wanted to, but like if people do start playing it and start submitting things and we have tons and tons of them, that might not be the case anymore. Even if we let them have as many as possible. So I'm fine with just doing it. Yeah, just like 2 or 3 different setups that they get to choose from, and they can see one at a time and rotate through it. I think that's what I would vote for. Get rid of the pig, and I think we should have instead of the graph, let's just have the coins stack or something like that. Sticker mini sound effects, squash and stretch for selecting and releasing. So I think when you click on a sticker, it should give a little squash and stretch, and when you release, also some kind of feedback. Maybe a little tiny sound effect too. Black checkered flag transition screen, or some kind of transition screen between all the rooms. Finish tutorial. I'll do that at the very end, basically. I also thought there's the basics slide we made for the PowerPoint. It's pretty good for like your very first time. I was wondering if I could work that in somehow, or show that somewhere, or have like a how to play button or something like that, but that's not critical. Less intense angle and closeness on the vote screen.
Yeah,
on the camera thing. And any chance we get the essential collection or coloring in your comics, and that's like a dream one kinda. Windscreen flipping newspaper thing I already talked about. Right click button animations, I had made a bunch at the beginning. Allow players to submit their own setups, we kind of talked about. Music sound effects, credits. This one I think we could literally just use the drawings, Dave, that PowerPoint slide. Like it just goes to that.
We should have. I mean, ideally, we could do that for now. But ideally, credits we should have something fun there. We only have 4 people to
Yeah.
put on the screen. But I guess we could do Dave's screen thing. Yeah, maybe if we could like somehow animate it to make it look like they're drawing in or something.
Yeah.
Is everyone ready?
Replace Mr. Tutorial sprites, and I would also ideally like to make his face randomly change every time a line switches. I put a bunch of faces for him in there. Submit, clear, and reset. But you know, if I fix the button, that's, I forget what it is now, but it should be submit, and also, yeah, figure out with the copy things like what the UI and stuff on that is gonna be.
Yeah, I'm gonna rely on Jeff to try to figure that out. He's a graphic designer. He'll have the best ideas for that, honestly, but hopefully.
Steam Workshop support. Word bubble pretty up. That's not needed.
Yeah.
But like an extra thing.
They're close, but they need some small fixes, and then also it would be nice to have them look a little better. We need to swap out the text too, right? Because Jeff said some special characters are missing, and
Yeah.
or sorry, the font.
Yes.
Some special characters are missing, and there's a missing and also that I fucking hate the O on the default font. It looks like a U.
Wonder gives you access to more than 20 different restaurants.
We need more background sprites. We have just one right now, which is weird. We just have one gray sticker for the castle. And then join screen pretty up. If you have access to the note, you can see the photo. It's probably still in the build somewhere too, of like what I originally mocked it up to look like. More like a Nickelodeon kind of look.
We need to get custom avatars too, if that's something you want to look into, Dave, since you're the character artist.
Make avatar. Oh, I wanted to do faces anyway, like
whatever you think,
face,
just something that's
that
not
can be
a
used as-
compilation of those the stickers, because it's too it's a pain in the ass for me to do, honestly, and it won't look as nice as just you making some custom.
I just let them pick their characters, the sticker,
Jackbox
character
style.
face, and pick a color for it, or get around.
Well, so remember I was doing that. I had made something like that, and then we decided not to do that. So I'm sure it's around somewhere still, but.
Well, I'm just saying, if
I
I'm
made-
like, I think it would be a good idea to have a pose for every character be just their face and nothing else, right? You could use stuff like that.
Mhm.
Then that could just be easily reused as the avatars.
Yeah. Well, give me or maybe make a couple and see, and then we'll plug them in and see if we like it as the avatar. Okay, yeah, I think that all sounds reasonable. I had another one in my mind before we started. Now I can't remember what the fuck it is.
You want shit to, wiggle and animate it at all? Like, should the panels wiggle or anything? Fuck that.
Maybe during, if anywhere the on the like showing who wins screen. I can't remember. They animate a little when they come in, but maybe they could like wiggle a little bit back and forth after.
I mean, like, yeah.
It does need more
movies
movement
style,
generally. Like
Like,
it does feel very flat in a certain way right now.
Yeah, I mean, there's.
Oh, I haven't done literally any
anything,
build.
really. Yeah. We have finally settled on what the game is basically, and settled on how the flow. So
Honestly, I think just putting like a transition between the rooms will help with that a lot. Like
yeah, and
between
we
the
can
stages.
easily have like it shouldn't be too hard to have the panels drop in from the top or something.
Yeah,
That should be pretty
relatively
easy to
easy.
do. Yeah.
So yeah, I made that list, and then I also my plan was to I'll share my screen real quick, but
I'm think I can't. I'm missing one, but I'll have to.
My plan was to, like, I was like, you know what? For all these fucking capsules, we have so much art already, and art that we use for the PowerPoint and nothing else. So like, I'm just gonna come into this meeting with all of them done with using that art, and everyone else will have stuff they made that's like, you know, probably bespoke and made for it. But the advantage of mine is, well, it's done already, but I didn't finish it. I only just got started.
I think it's more concept, yeah, high level concept stuff. That's not, we're not looking for a finished thing yet. But,
I took a couple whacks.
These are all the different sizes, and I thought we could do, you know, I thought we could use some of the PowerPoint stuff. I thought for the library one, we could maybe put all the characters like the UFO 50 cover and put stripped above it. So that was the idea for this one. I like this one of the artist getting erased. Funny.
Yeah, the artist getting erased is a good one. How the fuck do I make it so I can see both your streams at the same time?
You don't have to worry about it because I'm watching Dave's now.
Okay.
Oh yeah, kind of like
now?
this. Yeah.
There we go. Okay, hold on. I need to look at Dave's stream. Alright. Yeah, I like it. Yeah, a bunch of characters on the screen, some sort of text treatment. Yeah, I think that makes sense. But my only worry about this is, do you know what the game is? It could look like a brawler or something, right? Like some sort of like.
That's
Good.
why
I mean, what I went for is everyone's got a different expression on, right? This guy's laughing, right, to show that it's a funny thing. Got the. I also have this. Might do it a tiny bit better.
I like this
yeah,
one. I like this one because there's panels in it. I tried to pick ones for mine that had panels. You know, like I think these are great. These two that you had made for the, like, if you could do like a slightly higher resolution version.
Hold on, wait!
of
Stop
these.
telling me things. I gotta go to your stream now. Okay, go ahead.
But these images that you had made, Dave, for the PowerPoint, I think are great. They do communicate what the game is in it, and I thought we could combine something like this with like the one Jeff, like a black and white, like sketchy looking background with the text treatment similar to what Jeff pasted in the.
Yeah, but that's like, that would be like on the Steam page itself, right? Like that is like telling what the game is. Like, are we not going for like something that captures it in like you know, one, you know, Polaroid?
Yeah, well, the
Right
one
now?
that Dave did, the second one I liked that you have right now, I like very much for the.
Yeah,
the
I
main
like this
capsule.
one because it has it has the.
Or maybe like the
But it's
top.
also
of the
got to
main
act
one.
as like a cover thing, like to like draw you in. Like if it looks like an instruction manual, it's not going to be fun it's not going to be like, oh, this is a game I want to play and looks fun.
Yeah, I agree. I think that so far the one I like the most for the main capsule is the one you have up right now. But I do agree with Chris that one of my favorite things that you made for the PowerPoint, pitch deck was that one where the guy's slapping the sticker on. I think, and it's a physical guy drawing, like physically interacting with these giant panels. I love that. I want to put that somewhere.
Yeah, these two
Also.
I think are like.
That's what I'm saying. That could be. These would be perfect for the actual. Because I was thinking about this.
The page itself. Yeah.
The Steam page where we just kind of are describing and pitching the game. For
It'd
a
be
lot of the
nice if we
capsules,
could
isn't
get-
it like, hey, here's it in like a thumbnail size sort of thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's one that appears in search results and category pages. That's the small. Appears in the top of the game store page. That's the header capsule. Main capsule. That's the one that I think. Yeah, the one you have. Is that one you have 1232 by 706?
These are just, I paid no attention to the actual sizes. This is just a pitch of the. I mean, it looks pretty good, I'll admit, but this was just meant to be a
It
quick.
actually looks like it's pretty
writing
close
out.
to the size. Like this is the actual
Yeah,
size.
the aspect ratio looks about right.
Ones
This
used
is
on
just
the front
1080
page of the
by
Steam
or
store
whatever.
during
Yeah.
promotions. Ones used for the game for the display any user's game library. So all the library ones doesn't matter. We have them at that point, right?
Yeah. I guess that's true. Yeah, probably have to focus on the top ones. Yeah, I think I like the start of what you have there. I think that's the best one so far. We do need to decide, like, okay, we're making them, because if we hadn't had any like proposals this week, I was gonna be pretty committed to just paying someone to do it. But it looks like people are, excited about it. So if you're excited about it and you want to do it, then cool.
I do think for this game, for most games, it is probably worth it to pay someone to do it because most of the time you're an indie guy and you want to convey the world of your game and the yada yada yada. But this is a game that's about making comic strips and we have a bunch of art for it and like honestly. A
It's
black
about
and
using the
white
art that
on
we made
paper,
to-
yeah. Like we have the stuff that works. I think for this, like it's a unique scenario. We're in a unique scenario in that way. I also think you probably don't.
Part of me thinks the king should turn into a little baby king.
Yeah, I was thinking it should be a queen, because not a lot of women in the game.
No, women in the thing. Right? Yeah, that's fine. Baby, like kid.
And I think
queen or
Buried
kid
Things already thinks it's
royalty. Oh, that's the case.
He is very foppish.
But I think actually it would be way, for some reason I feel like there's just more personality, way more you can do with a child royalty
Yeah.
versus.
I mean, I sort of go for that with
Adult.
the well, not royalty, but like sort of go for a similar thing with the police guy. The little baby.
I just thought he was a short, stout Napoleon-like cop.
Yeah, I mean, little babies.
Yeah, I think we should rework the king to be a child.
I haven't done it.
Yeah. Good dynamic change. Anyway, okay. Yeah, I think this works. So, next steps are to get these in the actual aspect ratio and like organize them, put them together as like, hey, here's the one for the main castle. Here's the one for whatever. I agree with Chris. I do really like the one of the guy being erased. I think we should use that somewhere. I just don't know where. Maybe.
I think that
on
one
the
works
Steam
well
page
for
and stuff.
the vertical one because of the aspect ratio, and the vertical one is. I don't want that one to be a super important one, but I do think it's a funny little gag.
Yes, I mean we could put it on the one when you're scrolling down somewhere when you're scrolling down the Steam page where you get like the game description.
Actually, the vertical is probably not the one I want. That one's the one that if it's on the front page of Steam, gets used.
Yeah, that is super important. Is that our pencil? That's someone
no,
else's
this is I just pulled this off of a stock thing for.
Yeah, okay.
I tried to use the pencil, but it really doesn't read gigantic. It's a very small picture. If somebody wants to remake this, I do like that it is the artist because of the nature of the game. I think that's funny. But like, somebody wants to remake an actual version of this and do whatever spin on it that they want. I'm not against this concept for the front page necessarily. Yeah, especially because if it's more vertical, anything with comic panels might not read the same, so maybe that's the one where we should shy away from the panels, but I don't know. Or maybe you have just a panel like coming like, just the edge of a panel. The edge of a panel like that or something.
Oh yeah, I can see that. Yeah. Why don't we do this here? This will make it a little bit easier. I'll make a Google Drive folder, and one for each type, and everyone drops their thing into that Drive folder, their proposal, and then we pick off of that. Then we know that we like have everything, right?
Here, I will also just because mine are not by any means finished or usable in any way, but like I will drop them in the Discord just so if somebody wants to open them and use them as a template, they can.
We'll put them in the folder when I make it, because then it's all in the same spot. All right, give me the sizes again.
426 by 174.
426 by 174. What's the name of that? Or
Small
like
capsule.
a small capsule. Do we? Is there like a description that, or like a 2-word description
Here, I'll just paste.
of like what it's for? Oh yeah, just paste it, and I'll try
paste
to
it.
name the folders in a way that like you can read and.
There.
Thank you. Okay. Stupid plate out of the way. There we go. Now I can type.
Should probably fix how huge the turtle is compared to everyone, but I kind of love it. He's just a fucking giant turtle. Almost done. More.
I'm also actually gonna sort the library ones into their own folder just because, like you said, they're not as important. Alright, I'll share this with you guys somehow. We'll do that. 'Cause presumably, there's a share button somewhere on the page. There. Sorry. Do you want it to your DW Sullivan address, Dave, or your Havlo?
DW.
I'll send a link to. There's just what account you have to be signed in and to be able to access it. Alright, there's the link. As long as you're logged in as your normal email addresses, that you should be able to edit it. So there, we'll just go in there and drop your options in there when you're happy with them. And we can start to get a sense of what we have ready and shit. Alright, I'll start working on... I'll finish with the game end screen. The other things that we need for the game stuff are like settings. So you can change like the round timer and shit like that. I already have a settings thing in there, it just is not editable, so it shouldn't be too hard to allow people to change it. What else? Yeah, I guess this settings is fun enough. Yeah. Alright. Anything else for tonight?
I don't have anything particularly.
Most people over 40 will enter 2026 still using ChatGPT like
Hey,
Google. Don't be one of them. Watch this instead.
Yeah, I think
So
we
this is how I
should.
became the most dangerous person in the room. One habit changed everything.
Let's say the goal
I
for next week
replaced
is to
social
have
media
all of those
with
folders
microlearning.
have
Now instead of
like
wasting time
have
on
all of
social
your
media, I
proposals
spend
in
15 minutes a
by
day
next week,
actually learning
and
how to
we
use
will pick
AI
one to
for
finalize
writing,
next week for
planning,
all of these things.
brainstorming, the real work.
Or to we'll
That's
pick
it.
one
Just
to
one skill a
iterate
day.
on,
This
or
is the
you know, so pick
28-day AI
one for Dave
challenge
or
built
Jeff
for
to
beginners over
make a nice
40.
version of.
Starts tomorrow.
And once we
Tap
have
the
that,
screen to join us and
that's what we're
try
sticking
the
to,
one
because
habit that really makes you unstoppable.
I think we have to set deadlines, or otherwise we won't ever actually release I'll text that in the group chat too, so that Jeff is aware. All right. And then I may like reorganize your list, Chris, so that I can put like the important ones on top or something. But I won't remove anything. Okay, cool. Alright, I'm gonna call it there. I will see you guys later this weekend, probably. I'll be around.
Later.
Oh, are we doing D&D this weekend, or is that...
Did everybody say they could? I mean, I definitely could on
I
Saturday.
don't think
at
anyone
least.
else responded.
Good.
You're good for Saturday?
Yep.
Just curious, Marcus, do you have a campaign that you said you were also ready to go with one, basically, didn't you?
I have I have the main story points or like turning points done, and like so I know what in like the intended way, and I know some of the ways that you guys may try to fuck with it. So because I do try to design like a main path through my campaigns, and then I design the ways that you can break that main path, that I try to predict those, so that I can have something for them in case we don't go down the main path. So I have the main path plotted out. I don't have the side stuff all the way down. I have like ideas for them, but I don't have them figured out. It would take me like a week to get the campaign ready.
If we don't play this weekend, maybe get it ready, because if we don't play this weekend, then well, it doesn't really matter. I can just DM sober, I guess, but basically, like, I want to be able to DM and smoke, and I haven't really had to go on site, and I don't think I'm going to be drug tested for any reason, but like, my worry is that I don't think they'd ever pull me in just to drug test me, but they could do a thing where they randomly drug test people on site, so I want to make sure when I go on site I would pass, which should be easy. I haven't smoked much. I mean, I smoked over New Year's weekend and before that, like 3 months before that, but like, I wanted to smoke and DM, but if it's close to when I will have to go in for my one-on-ones with my boss, then I don't want to do that. So I was gonna say, if you want to jump in ahead of me, I'm fine with that.
I'll start working through it. So I'm mostly focusing lately. So I've been mostly leaning into one-shots. I've been taking a step back from the main campaign, because on one-shots I feel like I have more control of what the world is and stuff like that, and I don't need to worry about consistency and fucking with anyone else's things. So I could do one of the one-shots I have planned, and that would take me a little less time to plan, but I don't think I'd be able to have it by Saturday. That's too quick. But I could have it definitely for the weekend.
I'm saying, yeah, if we could go this weekend, it should be fine, but next weekend would be pushing it from, if I did do that, I would be taking a risk when I went on site, so.
Alright, well, yeah, that's fine by me. I can, for the one-shots, I'm pitching you my one-shots ideas. I want you guys to be basically, it's kind of like what, running off of the one-shot that I did with Jeff, Chelsea, and Sarah and Dave, where, but maybe but the next iteration of that, where you guys always investigate some magical crime, and your job is to try to figure out how the magical crime happened and solve it. Basically,
magic solved it.
But the big thing will be is I'm trying to make sure I have all the rules for the magic. There's always rules, and it can always be figured out.
That's
and
cool.
If you can
I like
figure
that
it
idea.
out if you figure it out in the first 10 minutes of the campaign and you catch the person, then cool, it's over. We're done with the
Scooby-Doo.
campaign.
Sherlock. It's more like Sherlock Holmes, right? Like
Scooby-Doo. Chris.
like if you know the
Scooby
rules,
Holmes,
if you know
Sherlock do.
then you can guess the ending kind of thing. I kind of like that, and that's a neat way to reveal the details of a magic system too. If you just reveal them.
I was thinking,
piecemeal.
like, how would I make a D&D campaign where knowledge is power, or where knowledge is progress? Basically, like I was playing a lot of blueprints and some other and thinking about that, like knowledge is progress as a game design tool. And I was like, well, what if I tried a D&D campaign like that? Let me build out a set of rules for how these magic things work, and then I will design a campaign around those rules. And your job is basically to figure out the intricacies of the rules, experiment with the magic, or experiment with the crime scene. You may not have like the magic available to test with, and figure out like what's going on.
That's not a bad idea for just a video game too. like yeah, that's neat.
Well, we can make this our precursor. If it works well, we can turn it into a video game and put some more constraints on it. But yeah, like I thought, I'm in the process of making up like. I'm not sure how if this would be fun or annoying, but I'm in the process of making up like a here's how magic works for dummies book, where you guys will have sort of like Phasmophobia, where when you're going through Phasmophobia, you're looking through to see like what this matches, right?
I'd be interested in that if it was like the Tunic manual where there's like hidden, puzzle stuff in there that also reveals like magic system details. I
mean, my original plan wasn't to make the manual itself tricky, but maybe.
maybe not like Tunic, but like I guess more like something in Blueprints actually, where there's it's not. I wouldn't find that annoying if it wasn't required to play the game, but was something where if you were paying extra attention, you could get a benefit from it.
Yeah, I think that's the goal. Is like I kind of think I don't. Right now the balance is like I don't want it to be too dense, but it needs to be dense enough that it's not like okay, well, every statement in here matters. So if if it's 10 words, 10 sentences or whatever on this thing, then I just have to pay attention to those 10 things, and then obviously the first time I see something that even resembles this, I know this is a clue.
Yeah.
I want to balance that so that it's not too dense so that you're not going to want to read it because it's a chore, but dense enough that that not every single line in there will help you solve this case, but it may help you solve the next case or something like that. And I figured by breaking them up into cases, it'll be easier for me to come up with these systems and stuff. Anyway,
I also requested access to the folder from Heartlamp Games email.
Yeah, I can do
you
that.
Give me that.
Anyway, start planning what your character would be for that.
It's just traditional fantasy D&D style.
Yeah, it's D&D still. Yeah, it's just going to be. I'm gonna give you a new definition for how the magic works. The magic system now is going to be driven a little bit more by rules that I make up, and then you guys have to figure out. All right, where the fuck is the request? I don't see it.
Yeah, if we do play this weekend, it will probably only be a 3-hour run, and it will be highly improvisational. Just so everyone knows the expectations are low for if I'm just like, because
you should have access to that now.
I am I'm trying to do a thing. I'm trying to make an anime style. Like an anime style chaos arc where all of your pasts and stories intertwine with each other in unpredictable ways, but I'm not planning any of it, just what the one thing is from each of your backgrounds that is going to come into play.
Okay,
I can just dump these in here, or I should separate out
Yeah,
the
wherever you think
library.
they're appropriate, just throw them where they need to be, and then the idea is we will pick. Tomorrow, next week, we will do the picking. We will decide which ones we're sticking with, and then we will try to say like, okay, this is the one that's going to be done. This is how many of these we're going to have finished and ready for Steam by this date, so that we can just get this process moving.
What? Why do I have to have storage to save this on your thing? The whole reason I got my other fucking thing.
I have plenty of storage. I have 2 terabytes basically of
Yeah,
storage
it's saying I
available.
don't have storage and therefore I can't put something on here.
That's weird.
Alright, what can I get rid of here?
Okay,
Can I
so
get rid of the
apparently you can
Tom and
only
Bridget playtest video now, or
yeah, I guess. Yeah, that's fine. I think we got all the information we need out of it. Yeah. Yeah, it's saying apparently you can only add shit that is that's annoying. That's really dumb. I wish that I just added it to my storage. I guess it's you can only add stuff to a shared folder that is
guarantee
on
they do
your
that so
Google
that
Drive as
you're
well.
not just like, well, I have unlimited storage. Make your own folder on my thing and yada yada
Yeah,
yada.
something like that. Or maybe so that you can't like fuck with someone and keep filling up their storage if they
Yeah.
want to share a folder. All right. Yeah, all right. I'll start working on finishing the first one-off because I think I do want to do a one-off instead of a what you call it? Uh, Instead of continue the existing campaign. All
Alrighty.
right. I'll talk to you guys later.
Catch y'all later.